Hey y'all, this is Pat Shoemaker from Sick Vicky, hanging out with Trevor from the Crash Course Metal Show.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome into the Crash Course Mail Show. Today we're going to be doing a new kind of style of series, I guess, if you will. I'm just going to be talking about 5 songs that I cannot stop playing. So these 5 songs are going to be for September. We are in very early November here. So this is going to be what I've been playing a lot in September. So I got 5 choices here for you. So recently I have picked up Amazon Music. So I kind of get a lot of newer stuff just being thrown at me that I kind of didn't really have as much before, if you will. Like I always was on YouTube, always bought my collection, stuff like that, but recently, Amazon Music has come into my life here, and I thought, all right, I might as well use it since I have it. So I found a couple things. I made a couple playlists and stuff like that. So I have been hitting a lot of these songs when I do get on Amazon Music. So these are 5 songs that are in the playlist that just comes on, and sometimes I have to hit repeat or kind of go out of my way to play them on the playlist because they are just that good. So the first one that we are going to be talking about today recently came out as a single in early September, I think it was, and that is going to be the song "Sadie Mae" from Tuck Smith and the Restless Hearts. And I believe they just came out with or they're going to be coming out with a EP, so keep an eye out for that. But as far as the song goes, this song was actually really, really cool. It kind of came up like at random for me when I hit like an all mix or whatever. It came up for me, and I was like, once I first heard it, I was like, okay, I need to go back and find that song. And I have played it ever since then. So, this, the best way I can kind of describe it is kind of like a a mid tempo. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't consider it a ballad because it's not slow or anything really like that. It's just mid tempo, kind of chill a little bit. Great vocals. And like I am not familiar with Tuck Smith band. I do know that they are from Nashville. That's about the extent of what I know about them. So, but like this song puts them on my radar now. So like I am going to be kind of actively seeking out some other songs or the upcoming EP or the EP that just came out. So definitely, certainly, I just it's just a I don't know, it's just a feel good song, just a chill type of song, and I am gonna be playing it here for you. A quick 30-second clip here for you guys.
So many nights that I was running off the rails, but you picked me up and stitched me up, saved me from myself. Yeah, you put your money down, saw something worth to save. I know I ain't been the best, believe me, at least I'm trying, babe. I said, say to me, I break your heart, you love me anyway. I said, say to me, well, I don't know why you wanna love me, why you wanna stay.
So that is basically kind of what this series is going to be about, is basically throwing songs at you, recommending songs for you guys to check out, and playing like a quick sample of it just so you guys can kind of get the feel and see if it is even worth you guys checking out, or because sometimes like when you're trying to explain or recommend songs to people, sometimes there's just no words to recommend or no comparisons to compare a song or a band to another band. And I'm just not the best at comparing bands because I do view a lot of bands um, as their own entity, obviously, as their own specific sound. And now, sure, yes, you do have some bands that sound obviously similar to others, but you always hear that in the hair metal genre as well. Like, oh, they all sound the same, or same with thrash metal, same with black metal, all that stuff. But once you like are really like you dive deep into that specific uh subdivision of metal or of any type of music, really, you really pick up the distinct differences, but like even like Britney Fox's Cinderella, perfect example. Yes, they do sound similar, but man, like as soon as it comes on, I know exactly who it is. It's not just because they're my favorite bands, but it's just, but to someone that's not familiar of the two bands or of like just hair metal in general, you can kind of see why someone would get confused, I guess. But we're just nerds here, so it's kind of hard to explain. So for our next song, the choice is going to be Bluebird from the band Locust Grove. Now, the best way I can kind of describe this band, they are from Oklahoma City, I believe. I only seen one album. I could be wrong, but the album is The Battle of Locust, and that came out in 2022, I believe, is what it said. And I kind of I can't remember which song I heard first, but either way, I heard the song and I immediately jumped to the album to listen to the album because it was like awesome. Um, because I was looking up like some kind of like Southern metal, kind of like your Texas Hippie Coalition, like a more modern style Pride and Glory, Zach Wild's Pride and Glory, bands kind of like that. Or even I don't even want to say like a Pantera, but it is kind of like that sound, that Southern sound to it. But I'm not surprisingly, as much as I like Southern metal, I don't really care for Pantera that much. I know we're getting off topic here, but this band is awesome. Locust Grove and the Bluebird, just a really good chorus as well. Catchy chorus, like a speed, um, a, a speed style vocal in the chorus, if you will. And I just absolutely love the way he delivers it, and just because there's another song too that I really like, and that is the final track, "Days Gone." That's another one I really, really enjoy off the album. But there are also good solos throughout the album as well. On even on the song, obviously, we're talking about the song mainly. So I'm gonna try to stick to the point of these songs because, like, I do like to talk. Apparently, I like to talk a lot and go off of tangents here about the albums. But yes, very, very good song here with Bluebird.
Morning blues hid behind a disguise. I know what I know, what I know, what I know now. Would it change a thing? Would it be the same? Would you still let me down? Bluebird, can't you see that you're everything I need? It all was on my mind. Broken wings, begging please. You must be the ecstasy, blinded by the night. Bluebird, hold me close, don't be quick to let me go. I'll make your dreams come true. Spread your wings, fly away. Hope we meet another day. Better, better place.
So for our next choice, we are going to Danger Danger, and that is going to be off of their third, I guess technically should have been their third album, and that is Cockroach. But the song is When She's Good, She's Good.
Woohoo! $20, 20 minutes. One Friday, you and me, Fry Man. Blow the lid off the joint. Yeah.
I don't think so, Carl.
What? You gay?
Me and Richie Kearns Production did a little compilation, if you will, of this album because obviously you do have the Ted Poley version, vocal version, and then you do have the Paul Lane vocal version. And you can check that out on the channel, on both of our channels as well. He took the Paul Lane and I took the Ted Poley version of the albums. But man, because like I couldn't, ever since I did that last year, I cannot find Cockroach for a decent price. And so I just never was able to get it or listen to it really much again, and Amazon Music had it. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. So I listened to that again. Very good album. But when she's good, she's good. It's just classic Danger Danger, Ted Poley. Now, I will, like I said before, I do like some stuff from Paul Lane. on Cockroach. Like some songs, Paul Lane does do better than Ted Poley on certain songs, and vice versa. Ted Poley does do songs that I like better than Paul's version. But obviously, Danger Danger is Ted Poley, so like it is what it is, and this is a perfect example on the album for that. Just a great chorus all the way around. It's just you can see Ted performing the song like in the studio or like live and just with a big smile on his face. Like that I can see that, on this song. It's just absolutely great stuff. But yes, if you guys have not checked out Cockroach, and that is like because it didn't get released obviously in 1993, because obviously Ted got kicked out or fired, whatever the story is. It just got shelved basically until like the early 2000s, and then they released both versions, Paul and Ted's. So definitely, I would say highly recommend, and that is one of my. It's hard to pick a favorite song on this album actually, but this is one that I just added to the like list, or the heart list or whatever. It's a shame because in 1993, this like Danger Danger did try to get just a slightly more edgy because obviously with Stick It, the second album from 1991, Danger Danger, they didn't necessarily get heavier, but you could argue that in 1990 when they were doing that in 1990, early 1991, recording it, what they did on the debut album was still like fresh, still in, like that sound was still in. But obviously 1993, you're gonna have to get that. You're way behind the eight ball now. You have to get a little bit edgier. But I like how on Cockroach that they didn't really go to that dark side much, if really at all. But they still had the edge, or they still brought some edge though to it. But it's not. It's done flavorly, I guess, however you want, if that's even a word. Maybe I just made up a word. I have no idea. But when you listen to it, you kind of know what I'm kind of saying here. It's like it's still Danger Danger, still that AOR style, but there's some elements in some of these songs that are just a little bit more grittier and awesome, because like we like to talk about here on the channel, 91, 92, 93 was the greatest time for hair metal. Absolutely had the edge, had the maturity, had the tone, just everything. It was just great stuff, and it got obviously cut from the knees. So before I go on another rant about that,
oh fuck! Here we go again. Here we go again.
But never on Sunday. She picks me up when I'm feeling down. She blows my mind, turns my head around. When she's good, so good. When she's bad, she's bad. Yeah. When she's good, so good. When she's bad, she's better. When I'm like a bubble.
all right, moving on here to our fourth choice, and that is going to be Casanova. Now, yes, I do actually own this copy. Right before I got Amazon Music, I picked. This is like one of the last albums I picked up before picking up Amazon Music. So, and I am super happy. I picked up both Casanova. So this is a band called Casanova, and they are from Germany actually. And it seems like we've been talking about Germany a lot, as far as hair metal goes. Now you can like with Pink Cream 69, like the first two albums or so are pretty hair metal. Now, obviously, when Andy kind of left, Andy Dearest, the vocalist, kind of left, they kind of went more towards like a normal, like more of a, I don't know, I don't even want to say power metal, but just more metal in general, and it kind of got away from the hair style of things like they did on their first two albums. So, but nonetheless, Casanova, this is their second album from 1992, One Night Stand, and their debut is really good as well. Burning Heart, I believe, was their single off the debut album that probably got the most run anywhere. So, I mean, take that for what you will. Obviously, no one knows who Casanova is in America. So, That they do have a music video for that, but I don't even know they have a music video for this album. But I gotta say, this album's absolutely great. I am super stoked that I was able to pick it up. This is some kind of special edition, newer special edition, so that's awesome as well. But the song that we are talking about here is going to be "I'll Come Running," the third track on here. Great chorus, man. Like the first time or two I spun this in the car, I was like, what is this song? Now, there are plenty of good songs on here, but this one really, really stood out to where I kind of even had to replay it a couple times. Just the random times I had it on in the car or when I was in the car. But yeah, just awesome stuff. And now I would still say like this is very AOR-ish still. Their first album I would say is pretty AOR style, but this like obviously as you could tell they're starting to wear a little bit more leather, starting to strip down a little bit more, I would say. Not that they're necessarily dressed up glammy on the first album, but just as you can see from this album cover that they're starting to get a little bit more renegade if you will. And it kind of shows in the music. Now, they're like I said, it's still AOR-ish, but it's a little bit kind of like to the Danger Point of Cockroach a little bit. You could tell they're trying to go a little bit more edgier, a little bit more dirtier, but they still have that AOR charm to this album and to the song. But man, I'll Come Running, absolutely great. Man, that that song's on a lot of playlists actually, a lot of playlists of mine now, and just I am super glad that I was able to pick this up. I just picked it up kind of randomly because I was like at the music expo. I was like I know I heard Casanova before, but I could not figure out any of the songs or like I didn't know what they sound like, and I picked this and the debut album up, and I'm super happy I took the chance on that, and I was just great album. I would have liked to have talked about a little bit more. I might actually do a separate album review on it, but for now, I just have to throw out this song to you guys, and because it's just absolutely awesome.
When you want is a thunder, you're frightened by storm. I'll come running, I'll come running, I'll come running home, back where I belong. I'll come running, back where I
All right, so I guess for our last choice, I'm gonna throw in a ballad here that I've been playing.
Hey, now you speak my language here.
As you guys know, we have been talking about Sick Vicky the past year or whatever, so this isn't necessarily a new song for me, but I still added it onto the playlist of ballads. Now, this is the second album, Street Side Picasso from Sick Vicky, and this came out in what do I want to say, 94, 95. So yes, this is not going to be the Kiss Me in French style of Sick Vicky, but this song, Let My Heart Do the Talking, is a great ballad. The best way I can kind of describe this album just in general is just it has that soft rock mid 90s feel I don't even want alternative maybe like a even like maybe like a Jim Blossoms or something like that, something from the 90s, mid 90s, as like where's the testosterone at, that type of deal, like what is going on. It's not even like at least grunge there was like rage or something to it, like, but I mean that has its own problems though too, but like this, like overall the album's just okay, but there are a couple songs on here that I do really like. But and certainly, let my heart do the talking is great. Richie's vocals on this song is awesome. His vocals on the whole album and on all of the Sick Vicky catalog is really good stuff. But man, this song certainly stands out, man. Like now, I absolutely love "Cry," the first ballad or one of the ballads off the first album. And man, this song is like right up there with that. Like it's just as good. And recently, I've been playing Let My Heart Do the Talking, More Than Cry. So we may need a little bit of time to really figure out which one I am enjoying more. So we need time. Time will tell. Time will tell. But for now, this has been one of the most played ballads on my Amazon playlist the past month or so. So shout out to Sick Vicky. Shout out to Richie and also Pat as well from Sick Vicky.
I know I made her cry, and it hurt me too. Oh, it's so sad when the things that you say turn to black and blue. Oh, no, no, no. But when you speak with your mind, the words come back cold. This time is one thing I know. I'm gonna let my heart do the talking, 'cause it speaks the truth. And I know it's my last chance. I'm gonna let my heart do the talking. It's
That is going to be my 5 most played songs so far since having Amazon Music. So basically the month of September. And in a couple weeks or next month, I will share with you guys another 5 songs that I have absolutely been playing on repeat, which is kind of a big deal because I don't like ever playing stuff on repeat. I hate getting sick of songs, if you will, because like I remember in high school, like my buddy, he would play like the same 5 songs all the time, and I would get sick of it. He would get sick of it after like a month or so, and I'm like, dude, I can't believe you ain't sick of this sooner. Like I have been sick of it since the fucking 3rd day you've been playing this, and so like I am like total opposite to a lot of people, I guess, when it comes to that. Like, but if I am really enjoying a song, I'll play it a couple times a day, you know, or every other day or whatever the deal may be. But so these 5 I've been playing a lot in the month of September. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think of these 5, and let me know some songs that you guys have been playing like nonstop the past month.
talk to me.
Until next time, guys, stay out of that collateral damage. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out the hair metal roulette right here.
Yeah, I wrote that. It's called I Want to Rock Your Body. And then in parentheses it says to the break of dawn.